is Michaela.
And my name is Carla, and the movie we chose for our HDFS project is Quinceanera. And to begin, a little definition of what Quinceanera means. According to Chapter 3 of the textbook Adolescence by Lawrence Steinberg, he quotes, "In many Latino communities, adolescent girls participate together in an elaborate sort of coming-out celebration called the Quinceanera. One of the results of such age group transitions is that very strong bonds are formed among adolescents who share these same rituals."
A basic plot summary is that Magdalena is a 14-year-old girl and she's anxiously awaiting her 15th birthday, where she'll celebrate her quinceañera, and her world starts to crumble when she discovers her pregnancy after not being able to fit in her gown. She soon is kicked out of her home, abandoned by her family, and abandoned by her baby's father. Magdalena is then taken in by her great-granduncle Tomas and her gay, often in trouble cousin Carlos. There she finds a new family and life.
The first most important topic that is prevalent in this movie is dating. And Magdalena and Herman engaged in a sexual relationship without thinking of the consequences that were yet to come. Magdalena's parents disapproved of her being in a relationship because they thought she was too young and she wasn't even 15 to date. But she ignored all of her parents' warnings, and she eventually engaged in unplanned sex. And one of the outcomes of this activity was getting pregnant. And at this point, Magdalena starts getting a little worried because she doesn't know how to tell her parents, and she is very scared of what her father's going to think of her, because her father is very authoritarian, and from the beginning he was very controlling of her and her decisions, and he had really high expectations for her.
The next topic was sexuality / identity development, and we said this pertained to Carlos. And according to the National and Confidential Ad Health Survey, about 6% of boys reporting having same-sex relations and engaging in same-sex activity during adolescence, and we said that relates to Carlos because of the fact that he is gay. And it also said that several studies suggest that homosexuals report having had problems in their early family relationships, specifically in their relationship with their father, and they said that their fathers were often cold and distant and rejected them. And we said that this also relates to Carlos because his family kind of shunned him, and because they didn't like his sexual preference, and they called him a troublemaker. And this often led to him having low self-esteem, problem behavior, and becoming involved with the sexual relationship with James and Gary.
Lastly, the third most important topic throughout this movie is body image. Magdalena comes from a poor family, so when her quinceañera celebration was going to come around, she was going to have to borrow her cousin's quinceañera dress. Sooner than later, it was going to be obvious that her stomach was going to grow, and it was just not going to be possible for her parents to celebrate her quinceañera. So all the while that her stomach was growing, she became really self-conscious. She felt depressed, her clothes didn't fit her, she had to wear her cousin Carlos's saggy clothes. She attempted to diet to lose weight, and her friends at school began to judge her appearance. And this is related to what the book states, that deviation from the ideal physique can lead to loss of self-esteem and other problems in the adolescent self-image.
Basically, to recap, these were the three topics that were most evident in the movie, and they were dating, sexuality, and body image.